Hello, everyone. So, in today's episode of talking to international students in Ireland, today we have in front of us Garvit Gulati. Garvit is my friend from India who is studying in University College Cork. So, he'll be sharing his experience here, what course he's studying, how his experience has been in the course, in the college, in the city, and his overall experience around these topics, basically. So, we'll start with his introduction. Garvit, please introduce yourself briefly.
So hi Abhinav. My name is Garvit and I'm from India. So I'm doing my master in business analytics from University College Cork. And to introduce myself, basically, I did my undergraduation in computer science from Pune back in the year 2019. And thereafter, I worked as a software engineer at Larsen Turbo Infotech for 2 years. And then I joined Deloitte as an analyst. So overall, I have 3 years of experience, and thereafter, I decided to pursue a higher education from Ireland. So I decided to choose this business analytics course from UCC.
Okay. So, Garvit, did you have any other option before choosing business analytics? So, let's say, did you have offer from other colleges or other countries, and how did you end up choosing this college and course?
So I applied to other universities like NUIG and UCD. From UCD, I got a rejection. And in regarding NUIG, I was a bit late in applying. So I got the offer from UCC. So UCC has a very good course, to be honest, and it's a mix of technical as well as a management course. And the course structure is as per the industry standards, so which was pretty much interesting for me. So that's why I decided to choose for this. And regarding the country, no, other than Ireland, I didn't opt for opting on other countries like Canada or UK or even US.
Okay. So, how was the course overall? So, so you have already completed 2 semesters out of three, and
Yeah,
this must be your dissertation semester. So I
yes.
think the most engaging parts, all most modules you have covered already in past 2 semesters. So how has the course been, and did you like any module in particular? And would you like to mention a few of those?
So the course was pretty much good. Like it was, as I said, it's a mix of technical as well as a management course. So we had 2 semester, and each semester had like 6 subjects each. So in the first semester, there were very much interesting subject like enterprise business application and planning. Then we also had design thinking as well. And regarding the coding part, we have descriptive and predictive analytics, which is regarding a data, how will you clean the data and how the data would be used for predictive. And coming to the second semester, there were another like cloud technologies there. Then another theoretical management subjects like business data strategy and management, information system for project tracking and all. So these are basically like very good subjects which depicts how a BA should work in our corporate life. So it's a mix of both technical and management courses. They were pretty much good courses, and I personally like the data visualization course, as we were taught about the Tableau uh, as a tool how we could use to show the data. Then in the first semester, we had design thinking for business analysis, where they were the basic principle like how the data should be collected from the client and how it could be presented. So these were pretty much good course.
Okay. So, from what you're mentioning, it looks like these are quite industry-oriented courses that will
Yes.
really help you once you start working in this field. But my question is, did you also have industry exposure in itself, like companies coming, giving presentations? Do you having to talk to them and things like that in the course?
So there is one module like wherein we used to have like guest speakers from companies,
Yeah.
wherein the management, the faculty used to call the guest lectures, and they used to give their own insight in various domain how the analytics is working, whether it be operation analytics, marketing, or human resource or medical analytics. So it was a very pretty much good exposure.
Okay, okay, that's really good. So, and most of these were Cork based, I suppose.
No, not specific. Like not specific. It's Dublin based as well and Cork based.
Okay, okay, okay. So that was about your course and modules. And how was your experience with the college and faculty itself? So you also have done your undergraduate from India. So did you feel a difference in the teaching approach and how you engaged with the course? And how was the classes? You were doing assignments. So how was this experience different from the education system in India? And overall, how was your satisfaction level with the faculty here?
Yeah, so the faculties are pretty much very good and very much helpful for the course. And if I want to compare to India, so in India, the education system is basically like a textbook based rather than a practical based approach. So the course and the course in UCC and what UCC follows is a practical based approach wherein we used to do our own research on, like we used to go through a research paper, various research papers, and all the assignments were basically based on that. It's not like you need to refer to some textbooks and all, or you can get directly from Google. It's based on what you learn and what we used to learn in the during the lectures as well. So the course model were designed in that only. Also the assignments were pretty much very like interactive assignments as well. Like if you want to compare for data visualization, as I mentioned, for Tableau, so for Tableau we were given like various assignment where we need to get the data set from online, and we need to show how the data is presented, and we need to give our own insight based on it. Similarly, like for prescriptive analytics, so like we used R programming, and we were also taught Python as well. So how the data was taken and how it would be used for predicting future analytics part. So it was pretty much good. So to summarize, it's basically like a full practical based approach,
Mhm.
and that's what it's good in UCC. And all the staffs are very helpful and for this.
So, and how was the level of the assignment? So, we know that each semester you must be getting approximately 3 months for each semester. So these are pretty
Yeah,
packed courses. So you have to
yep.
handle many subjects in that, and each subject having many assignments. So how was the time management bit, and how difficult was these assignments? How much time did it take? How intense it was?
So the assignment were not that difficult. If I want to compare like for both the semesters, so and some of the modules even had the written exam as well. So for example, if I want to compare for like cloud technologies, so we were having assignment wherein we need to refer to various AWS technologies for one of the assignment, and we were given case studies. So for example, if you are given a case study, based on that we need to recommend as an analyst what kind of cloud technologies and services we would be using for a company. And most of the assignments were group as well as the individual. So it wasn't like stressful, to be precise, but yeah, it was quite managerial.
Okay, okay. And how was the diversity level in the class? So, for example, if I talk about my course in TCD, is
Mhm.
most of the percentage is occupied by Asian students. So, including
I
Indian
agree.
and Chinese and these Asians basically. So those around 80% would be Asians and very less of Europeans. Especially I'm talking because it's a computer science course. So in technical courses like computer science, that's how it is for most of the courses. So does it differ for you, or you felt the same in your course?
I know. I think it's the same because, like, even if in our class we are like a strength of like around 53, 55, but
Mm.
wherein like we have hardly two or three Irish people, and rest all are like the Asians, like including Indians and
Yeah.
from China and Vietnam as well.
Okay.
It's pretty much similar to like what in Trinity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So so after these assignments and everything that you went through in both these semesters, were you left with some leisure time for yourself? So, for example, if someone wanted to do maybe part-time or spend time in some leisure activity, maybe some hobby or traveling, so did
Yeah.
the course leave you with some time to engage in these activity, or you were fully occupied with the course itself?
Yeah, we like it gave pretty much time. Like we were able to manage, and like personally speaking, I got a part-time in UCC as well. So I was a teaching assistant.
Okay.
So wherein I used to teach the undergrads, the Python, and the postgraduate, the web technologies. So even if I now compare to other students in my class, they were also very flexible with the college studies as well, and as they were also able to do their part-time as well. And yeah, like we were like able to like roam around and like explore the other places as well. Like we were not like full like study oriented, like
Mm,
completely doing assignments and all. So
mm.
it was a mix, like good balance.
Okay. So you mentioned you were a teaching assistant in college.
Yeah.
So how is it? So for example, if someone is wants to do that the teaching assistant part-time job, so is that out of is that just out of interest that you were doing, or that also pays well, that someone if really wants to do part-time, they can suffice their needs from this part-time? Or is it just why I'm asking is that I was also doing part-time and I was a teaching assistant, but it was just once a week kind of engagement. So it although it pays,
Okay.
hourly rates are good, but if
Yeah.
you calculate monthly how much you are getting, that's not enough. So but although I was not looking for part-time, but if someone had to do part-time, this was not enough. So how was it? So how does this part-time that you did, the teaching assistant one, although it's a good thing that you were teaching, you learned, but from your perspective, I wanted to ask, how does it reward you? So first thing maybe is uh, you teach someone, so it's a learning experience for you as well. And second thing is the pay itself. So how do you compare these two things? Yeah.
Okay, so in my case, I would say both were very good. The pay was also good, and even the learning experience was also good. Like since I was learning Python only for my data analytics subject as well, and the one which I was teaching to the undergrad, it was same the Python only for the lab. So what I was learning, basically, I was able to explain them very well, and my basically teaching assistant role was for full week, like basically for if I want to say for Python. So it was like daily, like 5 days a week it was there.
Mhm.
And for web technologies, it was like once a week. So, and
Oh.
the pay was also good. So it was like both. Like even I was gaining much more insight, and even the pay was also good. So
Mhm.
it wasn't required for me to search for another part-time outside as
Yeah.
well. Like I got a very good opportunity in UCC
Mhm.
only.
Okay, so it seems like a really good alternative to, if someone really wants to do part-time, this would be
Yeah.
a very good alternative. Instead of go and look for work in some store, this would be a better opportunity. They can learn also. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this was about your course and module, and next we'll come to the extracurriculars. So did you have a chance to participate in any extracurricular activity, or and in general, what does UCC offer in terms of extracurricular societies, these things?
So basically, there are many like societies and clubs in UCC wherein you can join like various of them. Like for example, there is Indian Society, there is French Society, then coming to the club, there is Mountaineering Club, where this club they take you for trekking as well. There is also like for the swimming clubs is also there, like football club is also there. So people can join that as well. So I used to like go for various events, like basically like French Society they used to organize like a movie night sometimes.
Mm.
So after my lectures and after my college hours I used to go and attend them. Then even the Indian Society they used to organize like the Indian Society also organized the Diwali night as well, and recently they also organized the Holi also. So it's pretty much good. I mean, you have plenty of time to go and have these activities as well. So it's
Mhm.
flexible with your studies as well. It's not that hectic for this
Okay.
course.
But apart from the societies, were you involved in any other extracurricular activities?
No, not exactly. Not in kind of like sports and all, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm basically a part of the student union as well.
Mhm.
So where I'm representing the clubs like the business school as well. So various events and various meetings used to be held with the student union as well. So I used to take part and attend their meeting and the conference. Then postgraduate town hall was also being organized by the student union, wherein we could put our own issues in front of them. It could be discussed. So it was good.
Okay. Okay. And how welcoming is the Indian society and other societies for basically from an Indian perspective? So, for example, here, Holi and Diwali, these are celebrated, and you
The
said
main
you had some movie nights as well. So, um, as much as you could participate in societies and these extracurriculars, how welcoming you felt from an Indian perspective?
So it's pretty much good. Like they're very welcoming as well. So because it's not only we Indians are there in this university, there are many like folks from different region around the globe. Like
Mhm.
you could see Erasmus students as well. Like and it's a good platform for networking and making new friends.
Yeah.
Like I was able to make new friends from various like Italy, then Australian friend as well. So it's good wherein you engage and you can share your experience and culture. It's pretty much good. So they are pretty much welcoming, and
Okay.
then there is no like discrimination, like something like the Asians are not given much more opportunities compared to them. No, you won't see that.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And about the movie night. So, just a question: did you have to pay for the
Yeah.
movie?
No, it was completely free.
Okay, so for us it
Yeah.
was not the case. We had to pay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's
I mean, it depends on movie to movie. Like if there are like if there is streaming for a Harry Potter movies, obviously you have to pay. But
mm,
if there is some another movie like normal movie, so it's not required.
that's nice. That's
That's
nice. Okay. So, next we'll come to the jobs and career aspect. So, you have been involved with some companies, I think, from your student union, because keep
yeah.
seeing posts where you mention companies. So, maybe through your course or maybe through student union, you are in regular touch with the industry. So, how does it look like for a student who is in your course, or maybe you, uh, considering the jobs and career aspects after completing the graduating from this course?
Okay, so the only key factor I would say is networking. Like networking is a very key factor over here, wherein I used to connect and attend various events. Like for example, there are each society is being sponsored by some or the other company. Like there is a consulting society, there is a business society. For example, the business society is being sponsored by EY. So EY they organize some events. So I used to go over there and attend and meet the corporate folks as well. Similarly, there is a finance society which is being sponsored by PwC. So I used to go over there. So it's basically all about networking in this, wherein you go and meet new people, and that's all. Like they will assist you. Then there is also like career service as well, wherein like people from companies like various big four companies, they'll come and show how to create your own CV as well.
Mm.
What's the job market they are looking for? What's the skill they need?
Okay.
So it's pretty
So,
much good.
okay. Also, one good thing about Cork is is a quite well established in terms of IT presence. So there are in as per my understanding, there are many companies, good companies that
Yeah.
have Cork. So maybe after Dublin, Cork is the second best city in terms of this IT infrastructure.
Yes.
How did you feel about this, and how does it look like if you had to work in Cork in future after your college? So how supporting is the city in terms of IT roles?
So, firstly, city is like not that expensive compare if I want to compare to Dublin, because Dublin is very much expensive in terms of living, and cost of living is very much high. And most of the companies they have the office both in Dublin as well and as well as in Cork as well. So it's very much flexible. And nowadays, even companies are they are operating on hybrid model wherein you can work from home and hardly you need to visit the office once or twice a week. So, or if a person is having the office in Dublin, so even you can stay in Cork and just travel and visit. So, and the IT presence is growing in Cork. What I can say is like if there are like product-based companies as well, they're opening their manufacturing plants as well over here. Many new companies are being opened up over here. For example, Dell and various other, they are opening their office over here.
Okay.
So it's pretty much good.
Okay. So about the future jobs and career aspects we were talking. So how does it look like for you or your batchmates? So in general, if you say 10 friends, how many of them are on an average placed, or they are looking, and in that line basically? if you have any idea.
Okay, so currently, since we are just completed second semester, so a couple of folks from my class, they already got some graduate program as well.
Yeah.
Those who were like with 1 year of experience or with no years of experience. And for the experienced people, yeah, some are already looking for job and some are already doing the internship as well. And in collaboration with the industry as well. So like they are still hunting. So the
Okay.
job market is good. Yeah, but the only thing is we just finished our exam, so we all are searching for it.
Okay. Also, I felt in our course specifically the graduate roles that basically who are freshers. So the graduate roles, number of graduate roles this time is lesser than how it was last year. So many of the freshers who were seeking graduate roles are still looking. So by this, I think by November, December, most graduate and most
Sure.
students looking for graduate roles are placed, but this time it has not been so here. So I think there is a little bit impact of the changing market, maybe because of the layoffs last time,
Yeah.
AI, whatever you can say. But how does it look like there?
Yeah, even in my course, I would say like not all of the folks are placed in the graduate role. Like the one who are like just they done the undergraduation from India and just doing master with no experience. Yeah, I also agree. The job market currently is not that stable. What it was earlier, like pre-COVID as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, they are still looking for it.
Okay.
But in terms of opportunities, yeah, there are opportunities. Yeah, the company is like UCC also organized this career fest as well, wherein they pitch all the various companies they come and you can have direct interaction with them as well, and you can apply for the graduate program as well. In my course, personally, there are much more like experienced folks, so
Mhm.
they are not very much going for the graduate role.
Yeah. So yeah, understandable. So for mostly for experienced folks, recruiters are looking for people, right? Maybe within 2 months max of
Yeah,
actual joining date. So no point looking before, but for graduate roles, yeah, okay. So Garvit, we talked about the jobs and career aspects. So next we'll move to the city and expenses part. So the expenses part you have already covered. So it's less expensive than Dublin, but how did you like the city itself? So you have lived almost 8 months now in Cork. So
yeah.
how was the city? How did you like it? How was the place?
So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, the city is small. Like you can't compare to Dublin as well because I have been to Dublin. I have explored Galway as well. So in terms of city, the Cork is small city. Like comes around, I guess, second when compared to the larger city. And I would say Dublin is much more happening than Cork. It's there. And coming to the expense part, yes, and it's cheap in terms of accommodation. Yeah, a person would struggle, I no doubt, in terms of finding a good and cheap accommodation. But eventually, if you get it, it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
But city is not that happening and not that big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dublin is in terms of that, yeah, Dublin is having a much more advantage.
Okay. Okay. So how about where you are living right now? So is it a student accommodation or you had to find this house yourself?
No, I need to find my house myself. So in terms of that, UCC helped me in finding my accommodation. So UCC have this accommodation office service, wherein I went over there and I asked for the accommodation, and they asked like, "What's your budget? What locality are you looking for?" And then after a week or so, they approached me like they had got one accommodation, and it's near UCC only. It's hardly like 2 or 3 minutes walk from here,
Mhm.
and I got a very good rate. So it's pretty much good. And it's just for my academic year, so it's bearable.
Okay. So, but for my classmates in Dublin or my friends in Dublin, I have seen many of the students have had to change their accommodation throughout this year, maybe 3 or 4 times as well. In some cases, 5 or 6 times. For me, I have
Yeah.
been lucky. The accommodation I entered when I came here, if this is the same accommodation, I am still here. So, but for others, it's been a little difficult ride in Dublin. So how does it look like for students in Cork?
Yeah, for students in Cork also it's the same issue, I would say. Like for the initial time period when the students came before the starting of the academic, they were able to find like for 2 or 3 months, but eventually even they had to shift. Personally speaking, for myself, even when I came, I got on temporary accommodation only for like 2 months or something. Then after that, like as I said, I approached the UC's accommodation service, and couple of students they are also living in the student accommodation given and the private accommodation outside, but that's pretty much expensive when you compare to the other prices.
And what is the best channel to look for accommodation in Cork, in your experience?
I mean, yeah, it's the same like Daft and Rentotai. That's the common, I would say it's full in Ireland as well.
Mm.
And UCC has their own accommodation website as well, like the student pad,
Mm.
wherein the owners can put the advertise for renting the accommodation and the students can directly have a word with them. So
Okay.
it's pretty much good. So
Okay.
UCC helps in that.
Okay. I also have heard about UCC, wherein there is uh, some group or something, some app where you guide incoming students. So, do you know
Yeah.
about it, or have you guided someone?
Yeah. So I'm the campus ambassador of that app only. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, that app name is UCC Campus Connect,
Okay.
in which wherein the upcoming new joinees they are being like formed into various groups,
Hmm.
and there are various groups like for example, if on the basis of the course, like for corporate finance, for business analytics, for computer science, and it's like just like a chat wherein if they have some queries or some doubts regarding the course models, they can directly pitch us and wherein we can solve them. Yeah, also regarding the accommodation as well, so many UCC like accommodation team, they are on the tab and they help in finding a very good accommodation for them. It's basically pretty much good for the upcoming students
Yeah.
and
Okay.
helpful for that. Yeah. So
Okay.
UCC have this good app.
Okay. So pretty much we are done with the formal topics. So last few bits, in which first is, did you have a chance to travel? So you mentioned you have been to Galway, you have been to Dublin,
Yeah.
you have of course explored Cork, but in general, how much did you travel, and how satisfied were you with the place itself?
All the places are very much beautiful over here in Ireland. So I have seen like Galway. Galway is pretty much good, and you'll see a proper Irish culture over there.
Mm.
And it's pretty. And as I said, Dublin is a very big city, and it's pretty much happening. Lots of stuffs are there. Then in near Cork, I went to this place called Cork. Cork is a beautiful city situated near the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty much good, where the last Titanic was like halt, and where there are pretty much good castles as well. Like how you have various like hiking as well opportunities if you are a fan of trekking as well.
Hmm.
Pretty much good places you can visit over here, and it depends on the weather.
Yeah, yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. Um, okay. And next is, how satisfied are you with your decision so far? So you chose Ireland, you chose, maybe you applied few other colleges, but you finally ended up in Cork. UCC is a very good college, very good reputation, very industry-oriented course. So course-wise, you are good. You are satisfied with the course, you are satisfied with the college, the place. But in general, if you look backward and see the decision you made, so is it satisfactory? Has the journey been fruitful so far?
Yeah, the journey has been fruitful, but yeah, only thing is the job market currently. Like we are still hunting for the jobs as well,
Yeah.
and yeah, like I wouldn't blame the country as well. Maybe because the job market and the recession, the market is not stable currently. But overall, yeah, the decision was good because I wanted to do master of 1 year only, like compared to Canada and US, where they are providing a 2 years master.
Yeah.
And even UK was a good option, but UK is not like currently that economical stable because of the Brexit as well.
Mm.
So many much IT companies are there in Ireland, so you have pretty much good opportunities and over here for internship and for job as well.
Okay. Yeah, so we are almost done. Just the last bit, last question, and that is, given your experience. So you had your undergrad, you worked a few years in India, in two different companies. You chose this
Yeah.
course, came to a different country, far away from your home, new city, new life, new people. then you look forward to your future career here. So combining all these experiences, what will be your tips to newcomers who are who maybe are inspired by your journey and look forward to do the same thing, similar thing?
Okay, so if you wanna go for the same like business analytics course, I would say like just go through each university's like website, because each university have different course module as well. Some are more technical, some are more based on management. So it's up to you what you are interested into. And secondly, like before coming to Ireland, obviously you need to search for the accommodation as well, because accommodation crisis is happening. That's there, and it's been for many long years. Thirdly, I would say, if your experience is pretty much good plus point, but if you're not, nothing to be worried. Like maybe you need to just have much more of a bit of technical knowledge, or if you can gain some certification as per the industry standard, it would be pretty much helpful. And the last one, yeah, networking is the best skill. Like use LinkedIn for networking as well. It's pretty much good. You can try to have a connect and try to work on your projects possible.
Okay. The second last point that you said, did you mean if they are not able to come to Ireland and study masters? Did you mean that then they should go for certifications? Did you mean that?
No. If they're coming for Ireland and if they don't have any work experience, basically
Okay.
they're just completing the undergrad. So pretty much good if you can get some certification, or basically you'll get much more insight as to what this course is happening, what the technical aspect and the industry standards is required.
Okay. Before joining the course, they should do the certification so that they have idea.
Yeah, or even during the course as well, if
Mhm.
feasible.
Okay. Okay. So that was pretty much all the questions, Garvit. It was really nice
Uh,
hosting you. You covered a lot of questions. So I really hope people watching this video are will be inspired by your journey, and they'll have a lot of questions in their mind answered after watching this video. So thank you so much for coming.
that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Avinash. Thanks for this opportunity.
Yeah, so maybe if you allow, I can put your LinkedIn link in the description so that
Yeah,
we can reach out to you.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Okay, see you again. Bye-bye.
Yeah.